you got Edmonton Oilers taking on Florida Panthers Tuesday night. Edmonton came back with an 8-1 victory, still alive. They're still down 3-1. It's an awful hard thing to come back from a 3-0 deficit. It has not been done in the NHL since 1942 in the Toronto Maple Leafs. The big story in hockey, because we got the NHL draft a week plus from now, and trade rumors, and we got teams that are desperate for goaltenders, and we got teams that are trying to move goaltenders, and the trade window is going to be open. Anaheim Ducks, LA Kings. The Ducks have a goaltender I think they'd like to move. John Gibson, former All-Star, cornerstone guy, really good leader, but they've lost so much and he's taken such a pounding. Well, the problem is he's got 3 years left on a contract that's worth almost $21 million at his age. The Ducks could trade him. They could trade him maybe for some veteran players, second-line goal scorers, maybe defensemen. Maybe they could trade him for a late first-round pick. That's debatable. But maybe it's time to free John Gibson. He needs to go to a winner. He's been such a loyal guy. He's had such a tough time during this lifetime rebuild for the Ducks hockey. Across town, the LA Kings, I think, need a goaltender. Now, the thing is, they got salary caps problems. And a burning question, where are they going to go to get a goaltender? Because I don't think you can
go to Anaheim.
Well, you could go to Anaheim, but I don't know that the Kings can afford to take on a $6 million contract per year, unless they include a $6 million contract or an $8 million contract they'd like to get rid of, Pierre-Luc Dubois. But I don't know that the Ducks want Dubois because he didn't do well in LA and he tailed off badly in Winnipeg. And before that, he was in Columbus and they said, see ya. So we got the Kings looking for a goaltender, the Ducks shopping a goaltender. Nashville, which has got 2 goaltenders, might move Juicy Saros. Great goaltender. Little erratic at times, high dollar value. Nashville's trying to rebuild. Boston's got 2 goaltenders. They're shopping Linus Ullmark, who's, I think, got $5 million left on the final year of his contract. Toronto's got goaltending problems. Ilya Samsonov probably needs a change of address out of Toronto. Calgary's got a hot goaltender who gets cold sometimes, but he's big. Jacob Markstrom, he's probably going to get traded. The interesting thing is to see what NHL team moves its first-round pick to get one of those goaltenders that I just mentioned. Ottawa needs a goalie. They got the 7th pick. Jersey needs a goalie. They got the 10th pick. So that's going to be fascinating to see what happens. There's going to be movement before the 29th of this month, maybe right before, hours before the draft starts. I think there's going to be goaltending movement. Kings have got to find one, and the Ducks would help if they move their guy because Lucas Dostal, the ex-San Diego Gull, I think won the job of the back half of last season and played really well. And he's young, and he's got a very affordable contract. So hockey fans, this bears watching going forward.
What's your breakdown of the Ducks with all that youth? You know, are they kind of ahead of schedule with their offensive players or their defensive players? I mean, how does it looking for them?
That's a really valid question. Rebuilding is slow and painful. You can't put a truckload of 20 and 21-year-old draft picks on the ice in the NHL. It's just impossible to win. They might be flashy. They may score goals. But conceptually, when they all have to be on the ice at the same time, pucks going in the other net all the time. And it's just been painful. They were just miserable last year. But they've got a lot of young guys, and they've force-fed these young guys. And I keep thinking in my heart of hearts, we're going to wake up one morning, and they're going to be really good. But they're not there. They're not even close to being there, and yet they got all their draft picks are up there. I mean, it's such a young group of defensemen. And Trevor Zegras and some of the other young kids up front. And now Dostal, I think, has become an established NHL goalie. But there's no veterans. And you're just sending those kids out there and they're getting killed more nights than not. You know, I mean, I don't know what their record was. It was god awful. It was like 23, 46, and 10 or something last year. I mean, that's too much suffering. So now,
well, at the top of the draft board, is anybody as good as Connor Bedard last year? Or is he like a once in a generation player?
He's probably a generational player, but Chicago didn't win bleep with him. He played a lot of hockey, did get hurt. He played a lot of hockey, but he wasn't a difference maker because they don't have enough players around him. And this year's number one is Max Celebrini, feisty young forward, Boston University, one of the top goal scorers in the country. And, you know, he's going to go number one to San Jose. San Jose's got no players. They traded everybody away in this massive house cleaning. It just takes time. So if I'm the Ducks, free John Gibson, go get some veterans who can play for a couple years, because I don't think we need more draft picks. The Ducks have 9 draft picks this year, and they got $40 million in cap space. I don't think we need more draft picks. Go get some veterans that can complement all the young guys they have. Hockey Hotline is open. Feel free to jump on board, Fans Forum. Last